Well, today officially kicks off the start of the monsoon season. Right now, there are no storms in the forecast, but as you know, conditions can be unpredictable. So Arizona's Weather Authority, take a look at this powerhouse group here. We've got Royal, Paul, Ashley, of course, April as well. Hey, good morning, guys. And you know what? Let's start with the veteran. I didn't call you old, Royal.
The vet.
Yeah, because you've been covering the monsoon the longest. What are we expecting for this season, my friend?
Well, it's going to be an interesting season, and we do have our special coming up tonight at 10 o'clock, and we've all watched this. We've all watched it already. I think we're all pretty happy with it. Like, for instance, one of my favorite stories that we really haven't done in depth before we did this year was April's on the smell of rain, and April. It seemed like that was kind of a fun story to do.
Yeah, it was a really fun story, Royal. We talked about the creosote plant. I was out hiking earlier this year, and I started learning about the creosote plant, which I knew was where the smell of rain came from, but it's really been amazing to me to learn how old that plant is. In fact, they've got some of the oldest plants right there at the Desert Botanical Garden. So we did a story about, where that smell comes from, how that plant produces it, and also how saguaros really adapt to the rain in the desert. And so it's kind of neat to learn some new things, even as long as we've been covering the monsoon, about just how much our desert really thrives during this time of year.
Yeah, back in the day, believe it or not, they used to, one of the theories about the smell was that it was ozone in the air. I never understood that, so we've come a long way on that. Ashley also had a crazy package on this new dust warning system that even has a new radar, Ashley?
They do. So this whole dust detection system actually came with its own weather radar, which you can totally see as you drive down the I-10. So this is ADOT's new dust detection system. It's a 10-mile stretch on the I-10 from Eloy to Picacho Peak. This is going to give them the ability to look 30 to 40 miles out and be able to see if that dust is coming up that stretch where we know visibility can be reduced down to just a few feet in front of you so that they can let drivers know, hey, this is what's coming. So I think that would help, because I know we've all at some point been caught out in a dust storm driving, and it's really, really scary.
Yeah, and I didn't know they were going to put their own dedicated dust radar out there, ADOT. So that was really the interesting part of this story to me. Horton, do I hear the kids? Do I hear the kids here?
They're in the background, buddy.
All right, so Paul was over at the flood control, which is like, I don't know, we rely more and more on flood control every year, I think, as it goes. And that hasn't sort of gone down at all, has it?
Royal, they're an important tool for us as we're forecasting, which area is seeing some flooding issues. Did you know the flood control district out there has over 400 weather alert gauges around the valley? And, as you look around, as you step outside, we're surrounded by mountains. And, any given area, when we see about an inch of rainfall, that's a runoff that could definitely flood some locations. And that's why the flood control district is so important. And tonight, we're going to highlight that. We partnered with the flood control district this season with this special. So tonight at 10 o'clock, we're going to take you inside and show you the flood control center and where they look at all those gauges and alert certain areas around the valley that definitely could see some potential flooding.
Yeah, and just so everyone knows, Kim and Ian have the day off, but they have some great stories too. Okay, everyone sound off in order if you think it's going to be a wetter or drier than normal monsoon. Let's start with April. April, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking drier, definitely hotter, which I'm not excited about at all. I'm going to hope that I'm wrong, though, and maybe it's wetter.
All right, there you go. And I think I see Savannah and Ashley. Okay, Ashley, what's your monsoon outlook?
Well, the weather baby and I, we're hoping for it to be a wet season, but we know we've been looking at the models, haven't we? We know it could be drier than normal, but she got brand new rain boots and a rain jacket. She is ready to track with her mama this year.
So cute.
She is such a cutie. All right, Paul, same deal. You kind of think along the same lines.
So cute. Well, Royal, this season, last season, let's hope it's better than last season. What did we end with? 0.66 inches of rain when we, on average, we should get about over 2.5 inches of rain during a season. So, I think this is going to be a pretty average season, and hopefully it won't be like last year. Our first sign of storms, I don't think we got any storms until the end of July. beginning of August, and we only had 10 days with active weather. Did Storm Commander jinx us? Let's hope we could use Storm Commander this year.
Yeah, let's hope we can use Storm Commander. And by the way, here's a bit of trivia for you all, is that on the first day of the monsoon, which is today, it's only rained twice in the history of Phoenix. So 2 out of 124 years of records. So I don't think we have to worry about rain today, right, Abe?
No.
Well, guys, I have to say,
to
it's Gina in the studio, and the collective scientific brain power in this group here is mind-blowing. Thank you so much for taking some time to spend with us, and cannot wait to see the special. It airs tonight at 10 o'clock right here on 3TV. Monsoon 2020 Arizona Weather Authority special, again, airing at 10 o'clock tonight.